What's going on, guys? Confusion back again with another CSGO video. It's a really good day for Counter-Strike fans starting tomorrow because it marks the beginning of the Faceit 2018 Faceit Major in London. So for the next week, I think 5 days, it is the Challenger stage, which is essentially the bottom 8 teams from the previous major, which are Gambit, Vega Squadron, Space Soldiers, Big, Astralis, Team Liquid, North, and Virtus Pro. They're on your screen. These are the Boston, those are the minor. And then for joining these teams are the minor teams. There are 2 from each minor, 4 minors. You got Rogue and Complexity representing NA. Renegades and Tyloo from Asia, as always. Hellraisers and Spirit coming out of the CIS region, and then you got Optic and NIP from EU. So the top 8 from that go on to face the Boston major top 8 teams in something I think it's called the Champion stage. Or is it the Legend? I think it might be the Legend stage. I think it's the Legend stage. Pardon the incorrection. Yeah. But those teams are Cloud9 with the new vamped mixed roster. You got FaZe Clan. You got Fnatic. You got G2 with the new roster. You got MIBR with Tarek and Stu. You got Na'Vi. You got Mouse Sports. And then you got Windstrike, who were previously Quantum Bellator Fire. So how it's in a Swiss system. Both stages are played in a Swiss system, best of 1. Your goal is to get 3 wins. If you get 3 wins, you are through. And if you get 3 losses, you are eliminated from the tournament. So how that's going to work is you play your opening matches, and then the winners play each other. At the second day, the losers play each other, and then the winners play again, and the losers, and then the people that are won and lost another one, and the both teams who lost both times, and then it keeps going until you have 8 teams who lost 3 games, and then you have 8 teams who won 3 games both ways for the challengers and the legends. So basically, this is gonna be a longer video because I have a lot of fantasy pools on esports pools, because they're giving out some pretty spicy skins. If you want to go on very quickly, you probably have a few hours to do it. Pardon that. You go to esportspools.com, look for the Counter-Strike section, make an account, get your free 25 bonus points so you can enter into the big skins ones that are like 50 cents. You get 25 free credits if you're from North America. In EU you can do like actual match bet and real money. But I'm from America, so we do not have that yet. But so how that's you go on, you pick your players. We'll get into that later, but right now I'm just gonna be predicting the first round matchups and who's gonna make it out of the top 8. This is gonna be it's only gonna be the challenger stage actually. I'm gonna have another video for the legend stage. But the fantasy pools are going to be for the entire, I think the majority of them are the entire major. So you're going to see teams that weren't in this video that I would not be discussing because they're already through to the second stage. So it's going to be more unique of a video. So you're going to have one part that's just the challenger stage, and then you're going to have the fantasy, which is all of them. So actually all the best matches are best of 1. Your opening matches will be Space Soldiers going up against Rogue, Virtus Pro with the new colors going up against NIP, which would be a good matchup. Tyloo facing Gambit Gaming with Blade as the coach. Big, obviously the best, the most recent thing they did was be the finalist in Cologne. They're going up against Renegades. The CIS battle as Vega Squadron go up against Spirit. North, who are coming off a monster win at DreamHack Master Stockholm, beating Astralis twice in best of 3s. Are playing Hellraisers, Liquid, and Optic, and then you have Astralis and Complexity. So for the first round matchups, Space Soldiers and Rogue, I was going to go with Space Soldiers, but recently, about like an hour ago, one of the Space Soldier players, I think it was either Major or Engine, he had a little visa issue, and Faceit has a rule where you can run and register 6 players. Usually the 6th is the coach, so yeah, I couldn't get a standing like Fets unless they registered with him in the beginning instead of their coach. So Space Soldiers are going to be without one of their key players, and they'll be playing with their coach. So I'm actually going to give this one to Rogue. I am actually feeling Rogue right now. I put him in my CSGO predictions. And while I am on the topic of CSGO predictions, I'm just going to go on a little tangent for a second. I'm not going to show the CSGO predictions because at the moment I am strapped for cash, so I do not have enough money to do the new Legends thing. I sold all my skins for like get some of them, but the teams that I say are going to make it out are the teams that I picked. I'm not going to be like 3-0, 0-3, but the teams that I did do in the CSGO thing are the teams I'm going to say that did make it out. There will be a video. I hopefully I can get some money before the Legends stage so I can do that in the playoffs. But that will be in the future along with the Legends video. So just wanted to let you know because I know the pick'ems are a really big deal. Instead of really esports pools, more people do that. But I do not have that, so I'm just going to let you know. So I apologize. And I hope that you still enjoy this. So we're back to the first day matchups. Sorry about that. That's some noise. But we're back. Space Soldiers Rogue. I'm going to take Rogue in an upset. Maybe an overtime upset. The last time they played each other was DreamHack Winter, I think. DreamHack Winter. One of the DreamHack Open events, I think the finals was Space Soldiers and Rogue. And I think Space Soldiers ended up winning. But with the Impact loss of, I think it's Engine, I think we're going to be able to sneak by and take that as an upset. Next matchup, Virtus Pro NIP. I think NIP are going to take that. They're obviously came off a run of good form, made it out of group. They made it to the semifinals of DreamHack Master Stockholm before getting taken out by Astralis on their run to the finals. Virtus Pro, the most notable thing they did was get a top 4 finish at IEM Shanghai before falling to Tai Lu. And although Virtus Pro do have new colors, they are not going to have any new set of skills. Maybe, you never know. Maybe they had something wild out of the sack prepared for the major. You can never know a Virtus Pro because they always have different form from the major compared to what they have at the other tournaments. But I'm still going to pick NIP. This was a pretty shitty matchup for Virtus Pro to draw. Probably the second or the best, one of the top 5 teams in this stage because you do have Astralis because Cloud9 knocked them out last year, but that's a different story. So I'm going to say NIP on this one. Gambit, Tai Lu. Gambit obviously have Blade. They made top 4 at Shanghai as well. Tai Lu were the grand finalists at Shanghai. They almost made it out of playoffs against Astralis. They did take a map off them in Stockholm in the decider match, which I can applaud. I'm going to go with Tai Lu here. I think Tai Lu are going to be able to take Gambit relatively easily, although Gambit have Blade, who is known for being very good at the major. Flip side, we're always a team that used to get to the major until they split apart and started just going downhill. But even with Blade, I'm still going to pick Renegades because... Or not, that's a different matchup. I'm going to pick Tai Lu. Sorry about that. I was like staring at the matchups on my other monitor. So I'm just looking. I looked away and I came back. I was like, oh, Renegades. No, they're the next matchup. The Renegades matchup is they're going up against Big, who are the finalists at Cologne. This is a very like a 50-50 matchup. You can honestly flip a coin and you can never know. Because I think Big overperformed at Cologne. I don't know if Dust 2 is as godly as a map as it was for them at Cologne. Renegades, they can either show up and be really, like, their form at IEM Sydney, or they can be shit in the bed like they've done before. I'm going to go with Big. I'm pretty sure. Smooya, I don't know. I was feeling Big. They obviously have more experience in the major. They don't have more experience, but they made it farther in the major, I should say. They made it to the top 8. Almost made it to semifinals. At PGL, actually, they could have won that major if they beat Immortals, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. So we got Big beating Renegades, Vega and Spirit. The loser of this match is going 0-3 in my mind. I'm picking Spirit to win. That we're back. Technical issue. Back where I was saying about Spirit and Vega. I think Spirit's done more than Vega has from in between majors. I think Spirit going to be able to take it. You have North and Hellraisers. North, I really don't have much to say. Hellraisers do have Woxic though, so if Woxic has the game of his life, North could be in trouble, but I do not think that's going to happen. MSL is obviously the best AWPer in the world, apparently, as he picks up an AWP and wins the MVP of a tournament. So that's pretty fucking funny. But if they can stay in the form that they did at DreamHack Master Stockholm, they can go really far in this major, so I'm going to take them pretty easily. I think I have them 3-0 in my predictions. Liquid and Optic. It's a Call of Duty matchup almost, but I'm going to go with Liquid. Liquid have always been looking like the better team. Optic they looked pretty, I think they lost to Heroic in the decider. It's pretty bad. You're not really supposed to do that. Losing to Heroic in a best of 3 is not really good, but I do think they could bounce. They're gonna bounce back, just not in this match. Liquid's the better team right now. I'm just gonna take a sip of my peace tea. Fancy. Sorry about that. In the final matchup, Astralis and Complexity. I feel, yay, you're fucked. Astralis are going to take that easily. They're on a vengeance. They want to win the fucking major. Rip Complexity this match. So after that, that's out of the way. Now let's get on to the top 8 teams I think are going to make it. So I'm going to start from most obvious and go down to the last 2 or 3 spots that might be a little toss-up in the air. Astralis are obviously my favorite to be. There's about a 99.9% chance they make it through. I don't think they couldn't lose a game if they get a really bad draw, say against North or NIP. But Astralis, they're almost a guarantee to make it through to the next stage, Legend stage. Second team I have is North. I do have them going 3-0 in my thing, but that's because I'm using Astralis as a security pick to get points. North, I think they're going to ride that form to the Legend stage. Your third team will be Liquid. And then I also have NIP and Big. Those are picks that some people might get screwed up with, but I do think that. My 6th team is going to be Tyloo. I think they're going to be able to sneak by. And then my 7th pick, you're going to think it's Virtus Pro, maybe Optic, maybe Hellraisers. Yeah, absolutely not. It's going to be fucking Rogue. You know what? I'm feeling Rogue. I'm feeling that they're going to do some damage here. Cadian's doing good. He's motivated. I'm just the gut pick for Rogue. I don't know why. It's just a gut pick. But now that that's out of the way, this is the fucking part I've been dreading my entire life. The fantasies. So for the Faceit Major, it's really cool because there's a free event. So even if you don't decide to get your free wallet, it's free. I don't have $600 here. You can still win an Up Asmov or any of these skins, which are really nice. But if you do get the 25-cent one, you get the skins in the reward pot upgrade. Like you can get a fuel injector or a frontside Misty. And then my favorite, the 50-cent salary pool. The winner gets a stat track knife, which is worth like I think $80. I don't know, but it'd be sick if you could win that. You can opt for the paid ones. You can buy more entries. See, we have 4 for today. And for this one, we have 2. I'm going to start with the free one because it's just the one. I'm pretty sure they're all entire major. I think full event. So that's going to be fucked. But when you pick an entire event worth full of players, you want to go with you can get a minimum of 2 players from each team. Just pick 2 players from Astralis. I think that'd be the best idea. So, excuse me, I'm burping a lot. I'm drinking. But I'm going to pick, like I did for Stockholm, they got me a lot of points. I'm going to pick Dupree and Device. They'll be playing the most matches because they're in the first stage, so that's going to be really good. I'm also going to go for North player. I'm going to go with Valde. He's been fucking nasty, McNasty. And then I'm going to go with the best player in the world, Simple, although he will not be in the first stage. I think he's going to pop off. And then as an upset pick, I'm going to pick Naf. And then I always put 21 as a tiebreaker. If you want to play that seriously, I don't know. It's up to you. But my picks for the free one will be Naf, Simple, Device, Dupree, and Valde. So that's my picks for the free one. This is kind of not really the important one. For the, fuck off, okay. For the 25-cent one, I'm going to get 2 rosters, but I'm going to pick the same one for the first entry. Just because it's easy. I'm going to pick Naf, Simple. And then you got to go down to Device, Dupree. Oh, wait, it's a salary. Oh, no, never mind. Hold up. Sorry about that. I'm not paying attention. This is the salary ones. These are different. The free ones, you don't have a budget, but for these, you have a budget. Never mind. Don't listen to me there. You have to manage a budget relatively well. I would still try to go. You have to look at players that have more than their value. Like, he's worth 500. Who the fuck is Tony Black? Like, I'm sorry if you watched the video ever in your life, but I don't know who you are. So when you look at Astralis, I think Glaive or Zipix is a money pick. I think I would have to go with Glaive. He's obviously really... Actually, no. Hold up. Boys. Ben Tit is 1,800. Boys. I mean boys. I don't even care who you are. Bentet is fucking 1,800. You're gonna pick the Bentet. He's insane, and for that value, it's not even funny. You gotta pick him. It's great. So you're also gonna look at you can pick up one big jackpot player. My jackpot player is gonna be Device. That's my big points guy that I can I can spoil my budget for him. It gets confusing around here because you don't want to spend 2,000, 29, 29, 21. And then your second guy's got to be Tony Black, who's 500. Unless you really do want to go with that and just pray everyone else. That's actually a strategy, to be honest. If you really want, you can just go all out with players and then just pick Tony Black for 500. And you just bank on the fact that the other 4 players do really good, and maybe Tony Black's the next Cold Zera. You'll never know. Maybe he is Cold Zera. We just don't know it. That would be funny. But I don't think it's going to happen. A second player that's really good. You don't want to get a lot of roles, same role players too. Like, you don't want 7 oppers, unless they're star players. I mean, you can always get enough star players, but you don't want a lot of oppers. Unless it's simple. Simple is like an exception to every fucking rule on the planet. You don't want Dead Fox, Device, fucking Pasha, and Nifty on the same team. That's really dumb. Another player I'm gonna go with, I really don't know. I don't want to fucking bore you guys' butts. I'm just gonna pick one fantasy one. I'm not gonna do 5. I'll pick my one budget team. I probably earlier in the video I said I'll do them all, but I don't apologize because you guys are gonna be here for 7.5 years watching me just ponder what fucking person to pick. My next player I'm going to go with, you would pick Nico, but he's just too much, man. You're going to save that for someone. The next player I'm going to go with is Valde. He's 2,200. He's not that big of a budget pick. He's not a budget pick, but he's not a reach-in pick either. He's a good player for a good amount. The next player I'm going to pick is from a team that is in the legend stage. It's going to be Fallen for 1,800. And obviously, that means like 1,800, so I don't have that big of a field to pick from. If I want to go with fucking Zeus, Golden, or Skadoodle. Here, if you're new, I just go for people that have a lot of points besides Virtus Pro. You have to look at teams that are good. And I'm going to pick Chris J on my first entry. That's going to be called the YouTube. We're going to submit that, and I'm going to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, everyone, and get hyped for the major, I guess. Get hyped.